So, Doug, would you say that Tom and Lynette are the healthiest ones in Wisteria Lane?
Without question.
And why?
Tom and Lynette are definitely the healthiest ones on Wisteria Lane. I think they just have a relationship that most resembles what, good, healthy relationships out in the world are. Even though there's ups and downs, there is an abiding love that they share and a passion that they have for each other. I think they're good friends, but at the end of the day, I believe that they are passionately in love with each other, and that's a critical component.
In many territories, we're starting to see the fifth season, and I understand that the show is going 5 years into the future.
Right.
And Tom, what is he doing in the next Disney?
Well, when you find Tom 5 years in the future, he's sort of smack dab in the middle of a bit of midlife crisis, and it doesn't necessarily exhibit itself in traditional ways, but at least some traditional ways. He has a sort of a red sports car, a vintage sports car that he's always wanted. He just goes and buys. But what we find out is that something happened in the intervening years off camera that created a sort of a new life outlook for Tom, and he is really in a mode where he wants to live large and seize the day and live now and not worry about the future or the ramifications, but he's really intent on getting more out of life now.
Do you think it's a regression, imitating his teenage sons? No.
Well, the boys are out there. It's very funny. We have an episode where he, very early on, where Lynette accuses Tom of trying to live vicariously through his boys, and that sort of riles Tom. It makes him bristle. But I think there's some of that, and I think we as parents do, get some sort of thrill out of whatever it is our children are doing. But Tom's still his own man.
Would you say that the friendship among the women, and Lynette is one of them, does it has a negative impact in the relationship between Tom and his wife? With all the gossip and the different aspects of...
I don't think so. I think because, I think Tom is a guy, and I think most guys in life, if the women go out with the women, they have, guys like to, it's fine to get a little alone time, she blows off steam, and then they generally, and as Lynette will do, will bring back whatever drama is happening in those other women's life, and she brings back into our relationship and discusses those things with Tom and reflects on it and comes up with an opinion.
At what level do you think the quality of writing on Desperate Housewives has bring the quality of television in general much higher?
Well, I think that our shows and the numbers have borne this out. The quality of the writing has just been sublime. We have just maintained. We've been a top 5 show for 5 years. It's really unbelievable. And what Mark and those writers do on a weekly basis, it's just yeoman's work, and my hat's off to them. And we're the beneficiaries of it. I get to get out there and just say some of the funniest things that we have. They put us in absurd circumstances, and it's a joy to play. So I am in gratitude to my writers.
And when you get to the set, let's say on Monday, do you know what's going to happen, or it's all?
We know our schedule about 8 days in advance. So we get a script, and the first thing that we do once we get that script, we usually get it the night before. We have a table read where the entire cast, all the writers, everybody comes together, and that's unusual. That happens a lot in sitcom television where there's an audience and what have you. But this is an hour show, and it's shot just like a movie with one camera or 2 cameras occasionally. But we shoot on a soundstage without an audience. And so it's an exceptional thing for a drama to still meet and have a table read. And we do that because our writers want to hear it. They want to hear the words in the characters' mouths. They want to see what's working, what's not. And it's been part of our process, and they get vital, good information out of those table reads.